Welcome to the Nerdiverse. Go ahead, sit and listen to the masters, the old heads, talk about what you love the most. Video games, comics, movies, and everything you need to maintain. We got the knowledge that's straight out the ether. Gonna need a drink and have to take a seat to expand your mind and listen to the speaker. Mike and the squad's gonna give you what you need. Please send in the question, come and get some answers, learn a couple lessons from the masters with the special guests. We got the Green Lanterns glowing on their chest. Yes, please sit back and relax, cause we're gonna hit you with them stone cold facts and allow me to be the very first to welcome you to the masters of the Nerdiverse. Welcome to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This cold stone of a podcast can be found on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, SoundCloud, YouTube, iHeart, Google Play, and Spotify. I'm, of course, your host, Mike G. And with me, as always, is my intrepid co-host, the Carmen Sandiego of San Diego himself, Winter Trash Monk the Dizzard.
Under the sea, under the sea, under the sea, under the sea. Down where it's wetter, down where it's better than you and me. What's up, everybody? It is Trash Monk the Third. Trash Monk, aye.
Mm-hmm.
Trash Monk, aye.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm coming at you from the trash bunker, looking at my computer, looking at the notes that we have. We got some good news for you today. And I feel like I am high as a kite because I have added some new vitamins to my daily regimen.
Dude, do those vitamins include methamphetamine stuff?
They do not include methamphetamine.
Okay, fair enough. I believe it. I'm with it. I need your help, Winter.
Yeah.
I made the bright decision to start, before starting the podcast, give myself a case of the meat sweats. And I need your help to dilute the meat sweats. What do I do? Help me.
Run some water on your wrists.
Wrists? Okay, I'm with you. What?
And then take a cold, wet cloth and dab it on your head and go, Lord.
Lord.
Have given me the vapors.
Okay. And that will alleviate the meat sweats?
It'll make me laugh, and that's the important thing.
Okay. That's all we need. So the belly laughing will exercise the excess.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to laugh like some. There was an episode of Batman, the animated series, called, what was it? The Betweeners or something like that. Where Batman is under disguise, and he's trying to like sting like this child prison, and he gets his memory wiped, and Batman is sent to this weird like secret prison, and the warden is just like most stereotypical like Southern, like fat, greasy.
Now. What we have here is a city slicker trying to make it in a southern jail.
in Gotham City, right? So I'm just like, what is actually happening? It's one of the coolest episodes ever, because when.
Well, what do you mean? I am a full-blooded
Gotham
citizen, young man.
Gotham City.
Boy, you don't know what you're talking about.
I say that, Mr. Wayne.
Yeah. Now this war of Gotham Northern aggression is a sad,
and it will not stand.
Yeah.
Bring me my mint julep that will await me in the afterlife.
Yeah.
So Batman gets his memory back and punches the fat dude in the tummy, and the episode ends.
Have you ever heard of Truman Capote, one of the greatest Northern Gotham writers?
Wow. Shout outs to Truman Capote, actually. Watch this movie called Murder by Death. He teleports like a Final Fight villain in that movie. It's super dope.
Shout out to Philip Seymour Hoffman playing Capote.
Man.
The movie Capote.
You just gave me a deep cut, man. You cut me to the quick right now. Dude, remember when Philip Seymour Hoffman was in The Big Lebowski? Shout outs to MOTN Reviews, Big Lebowski. Check it out.
Remember when Jack Black was in the movie The Jackal?
Yeah. Shout outs to The Jackal, dude. That if any movie needs to be remade, that one needs to be remade.
With Phillips. With
we're a little late to that party, man.
With Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. I don't do a good Seth.
We're trying to get a jackal.
If Seth Rogen can be the Green Hornet, then he could be the Jackal, dog.
Yes. And I am the clearest IRA terrorist member. I do declare. Wow.
No, another movie that needs to be brought back is A Long Kiss Goodnight, dog, with Charlie Baltimore. Yeah. With Gina Davis.
Come back.
Man, she hasn't acted since like 1995, dude.
I remember she was in a TV show where she played the president for a minute.
Yeah, The Good Wife. No, that's another show.
No,
some other show.
Yeah, way before that one.
Shout outs to Gina Davis, man. I had the hugest crush on Gina Davis. She was the coolest.
Of course you would.
There was a movie called Transylvania 6 5000, and she was amazing in that movie. You ever seen Transylvania 6 5000?
No, I'm busy watching Capote.
Oh, dude. That's 3 miles of rough road right there, dude.
No, I think I was watching a movie called Shock Troopers.
What?
You don't know. How could you call yourself a horror aficionado and not know what Shock Troopers is?
All right, what year did it come out?
1970 or something.
Jeez, okay. You probably have my horror card.
The wonderful Peter O'Toole.
Yeah, I love
but Peter he doesn't show up until halfway into the movie.
Garbage.
Yeah. If I recall what the premise was, it was studies done. It's like studies that were done on Nazis in this island, and then they are underwater, and then a bunch of people travel like later on in the 80s, travel to the island, and then Peter O'Toole's there, and he's like, I didn't do anything during the war. I'm not a Nazi.
Peter O'Toole has this weird, super high pitched old man voice. He's like, I didn't do anything to the Nazis. Sounds like Marvin the Martian.
And I just remember it being in my parents' VHS collection.
Oh man, see,
and it'd be like, it's rated R. You can't watch it. I'm like,
aren't those the best movies? Like the ones that were in your parents' collection, and that's all you had to watch for days and days on end. Because not like you're gonna go out and buy a movie from The Warehouse. You know what I mean? Dude, speaking of Peter O'Toole, that reminds me of a movie. I probably mentioned it on the show before, called High Spirits, with Steve Guttenberg, Liam Neeson, like one of his earliest roles, Beverly D'Angelo, and Daryl Hannah, and Peter O'Toole's in it. And it's about like this old Irish castle that is bankrupt. So he makes fake ghosts and makes it a tourist attraction, but real ghosts are in the house, and it's super wacky and fun. And there's like a giant squid scene, and it's just this crazy old movie from the 80s.
The movie I was thinking of was Shockwaves.
Oh, okay.
You're Cushing in it.
So not Peter O'Toole?
No.
So I went on this whole thing about Peter O'Toole, and he's not the subject.
Yeah, am I just a stinker? Okay.
No, to take your horror card.
1977, directed by Ken Widerhorn. I don't know. I went Vider because it's about Nazis.
Wow.
The screenplay concerns a group of tourists who encounter aquatic Nazi zombies when they become shipwrecked. It stars Peter Cushing as a former SS commander, Brooke Adams as a tourist, and John Carradine as the captain of the tourist boat.
John Carradine, salty scallywag, dog. He's a salty scallywag.
So I highly recommend you check this. One of my favorite parts are when they start ripping off the goggles off the Nazis. They go like they start hissing.
I love a good hiss in a horror movie, dude. It's the best. Man, if I can hiss in real life and let it be socially acceptable, I would do it, man.
So speaking about real life, how was your week?
Oh, my week was kind of awesome, dude. Kind of awesome. I got to watch Bravo's 100 Scariest Movie Moments again. And that's like, for a horror geek, it's the best documentary in the world. It pretty much goes through 100 horror movies and the best ones of all time. It includes interviews by past greats like George Romero, Wes Craven, Stan Winston. It's just a horror aficionado's dream documentary, and it's so cool and funny. It's just I watch it like once a year. It's like the best thing ever. So I just snuck on YouTube and watched that. Other than that, we got another sponsorship kind of for something that I'm gonna talk to Winter about later, which I'm really excited about, which means that this podcast, people are listening to it, guys. You're listening to it.
I know.
Isn't that crazy?
We got a sponsor?
Kinda. You'll see.
They like listening to
it? They actually like listening to what we have to say a little bit.
Even though we went to a Peter O'Toole, we went down the Peter O'Toole
the tool hole. We walked into the tool shed. Yeah. That's what we're gonna call it. Walking into the tool shed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, you can see there's a lot of Pitas out there.
Peter. But yeah, man, I'm excited about that. Excited about House of X issue 3, X-Men Rule, and we have a lot of Marvel X-Men to talk about later in the news. So let's get to the polls. Unless you had anything else to happen in your week.
I have. Let's see here. I had like an airing of grievances. I wanted to do that as a section of the show. Okay. Sometimes, like
I'm mad.
Yeah, of like
Winter's big mad.
Yeah, I'm mad of people who don't know the rules of ping pong, and then I'm one of those people, but I'm willing to fight someone to the death as if I know full on what the rules of ping pong are.
This is how many wars start.
Yeah.
Both sides don't understand the rules of engagement. You guys just fight each other. Yes. You have to understand the rules of engagement, man.
Yes. Even if I don't know the official rules, we've been playing a certain way of ping pong this entire time, and it's suspect that the person who wants to change the rules is because he's losing.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's always the case.
Yes. Therefore, Your Honor, I'm just a simple ping-pongsman, and I will rest my case.
I made a supervillain once named Southern Comfort. It was just a evil Southern lawyer that had brainwashing bourbon breath.
Now, you see,
shout out to you leave him alone. I believe he's a Southern Belle. He is a Southern Belle, actually. Yes. Yeah, he's to be protected.
Gone with the Wind was a family documentary of his.
Wow,
okay, let's move on.
That's rough. Austin Ozzy's to be protected like a Southern peach on a warm Southern's day.
Yeah,
you leave him be.
All right. Well, he's the reason why I moved to the country.
Were you going to eat a lot of peaches?
You got it.
This is what happens when you hang out with a person verbally for a year and a half.
You have to be on your toes for every reference.
Everyone, because because you lose points if you don't catch it.
Yes, and I give you like a little Dennis Miller smirk.
Yeah, I just stare at you. I just
your best Dennis Miller impersonation.
I do a bad Dennis Miller, dude. The worst.
Well, you already made my day because that means that there is a Dennis Miller impersonation.
There's one inside me, but it's bad, dude. It's something along the lines of "Adios, muchachos."
No, that's the worst part of Dennis Miller.
Yeah, that's all he does.
Take that. That's all he does.
That's all he does, dude.
Yeah. He doesn't go, well, it's kind of like the time that the Galapagos Islands were taken over by Charles Darwin. Okay.
Yeah, that's how he talks about baby, Baby.
Yeah.
This is not a Algonquin round table, Sri Lanka Jones.
It's the real deal here, folks.
I used to love Dennis Miller until I didn't, until he lost his mind and I couldn't roll with him anymore.
Dennis Miller.
I used to love Dennis Miller.
I can only speak for myself. I listen to Dennis Miller because it makes me feel smart.
Hey, I'm not knocking your hustle, man.
Like I already have a suspicion that I might be a little slow, but my parents have told everyone around me to just go like, "Hey, just Winter's going to do some weird stuff, but you know what? It's just a condition that he's had since a child. So
yeah, I'm so smart.
So if you just don't if you don't mention it to him, we're trying to keep his if he finds out that he's he was bonked on the head as a child, he's going to be upset. So just don't tell him.
See, my family has learned to just ignore my madness because they know I keep it together real good until you talk to me for more than 5 minutes. And then my freak flag starts to show and you start to slowly back away. My mother, God love her, has learned to ignore these Michaelisms and just tell me to do something when I say something weird or off the norm. But I have certain cousins who shall not be named who roll right with me and enable me in these cases. It's just It's never good when we click up meme style.
I said a joke last night to my grandma, who called me in the middle of a League of Legends session. I was able to talk to her while still playing.
Yeah, Nana, man.
Did well, by the way, and we won.
Yeah.
And she's like, "How did you know it was me?" It's because I got caller ID that said that you were calling from New Jersey, and there's only 2 folks I know there. It's my family members and Cake Boss.
Cake. You got Cake Boss on the speed dial, dog.
Yeah, Cake Boss here. Cake Boss.
I hate the Cake Boss, man. He's such a jerk.
Do you have any pecan pies? Get off my set.
Cake Boss.
Yes. And with that celebrity intel, it's time to go to the streets.
I hate this.
Celebrity, taking it to the streets.
I've never hated anything more than this segment.
I know.
Ever.
So the next...
Ever.
Well, you're going to hear a part that I hate once we get to the news.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to eat that that lesson. So I guess
I'm going to have to eat that crow.
That crow.
Whoever ate crow? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, who's the first person to eat crow?
What is the deal?
So, any celebrity sightings this week?
Yeah. I met the guy who invented Chuck E. Cheese this week.
Yes.
He was really peculiar. He was kind of Willy Wonka-ish in his swagger.
I'm going to take this seriously, Mike. I might just have to stop.
Dude, I was at Boston Market. I was getting me a roasted Turk. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have Boston markets anymore, do they?
There's one. That's the one I go to.
And it's not in Boston.
Not in Boston. And I saw the creator of Chuck E. Cheese there, Charles E. Chester. I forget his real name. And he was really flamboyant, man. He was giving away tokens.
You're crazy. I'm just going to cut
Boston Market.
I'm going to cut this week. Tune in next week for when Mike G tell us when he met Rob Reiner at a Shriners convention. I don't know.
Dude, I did meet Rob Reiner at Jerry's Deli in Marina Del Rey.
And you're saving that for now? Okay, moving on.
I met the creator of Chuck E. Cheese, and he was a beast. He gave me tokens for nothing, dude. I didn't even play anything.
Hi, I'm the creator of Chuck E. Cheese, but you can call me Chuck.
Yeah, he was super nice and weird.
Yeah. Was he a rat?
No, but he did slip a coin into my sandwich. It was weird. I bit into my Reuben, and I was like, what is that? It's metallic taste. A Chuck E. Cheese coin. I get to play Jurassic Park the ride now.
All right. So I forgot to mention in my airing of grievances, I did read a Facebook comment that I thought was interesting. That will describe, for some reason it infuriated me, but it more because it broke my brain. So the person posted a video and he put in the comment, it's something about we finally got justice, yada, yada, yada. And here's the quote. Instantly, about 6 hours later,
You're already messing with me. Okay.
I'm like, this is why we will never have the Starfleet Federation.
Yeah, this is why aliens will never come to talk to us, man.
How can it be instantly, but then 6 hours into it?
This is why we will never obtain interstellar travel until memes die, dude.
Like, how have they even eaten? Like, if they're having instant dinners, are they putting it on for 6 hours in the microwave?
Winner. We're never going to traverse the stars until we let memes die, dude. Ever.
If it says like if they made me get a bloody nose right now.
Oh jeez. Oh, sugoi.
Okay, I'm done. That's been Winter's hot take. Cue the music. Back in black.
What? Hit the sack.
Yeah, because you know how like conservative talk radio hosts have like ridiculously like music or like Metallica.
And then Metallica has to come out and say, "Please do not use my music ever again." It's like,
you're not the boss of me.
I use whatever I want.
Yeah.
That's my purse.
Now entering the bunker.
The bunker. We peek out our heads. And we realize.
Listening to MSN LSD and that Keith Overbite said.
From a bunker. There's still fuck polls, dude.
Yeah, okay, I'm running out of
man. Yeah, man. Let's do a poll of the week. Poll of the week. The original poll.
You do the intro music this time.
It's a poll. It has a soul.
Yeah.
It's listening to the streets. It's getting beef meat and then secrete. Cheese is a kind of meat. A spicy yellow beef. I excrete it from my cheeks, but I try to be discreet.
Okay, now it's a spoken word.
Whatever. Don't hate my flows. # bars.
I'm not hating your flows. I'm just hating your flows.
Part of that is Mighty Boosh, and I will not take credit for it. So the original poll of the week was, who's your favorite fictional dog character? But that got like 3 votes, so I just threw that into the trash. No one cares about fictional pooches, even though I love them. But so in lieu of all the weekend Marvel shenanigans, I asked the question, who would you say is Spider-Man's greatest enemy? Who was Spider-Man's greatest
himself?
His own Black Heart. That wasn't an option, unfortunately. I know someone's going to be like, what about Spider-Man's Black Heart? He's going to say it in the comments. Clown poll.
Why gotta be black?
Why gotta be black? There is a black Spider-Man, though. There is a Spider-Man for every single permeation of human existence. I want to do a After Dark about overused characters. Anyway, the options were the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, took the Oz serum and became super strength, but it did create a split personality, which created the Green Goblin, which led to the death of Gwen Stacy and opened the doors for Spider-Man to meet Mary Jane Watson, which he then married, and she became Mary Jane Parker. And they had the daughter, which was the daughter's name was it May Parker? Yeah. And the other option was Venom, who was Eddie Brock, who would work with Spider-Man and be a rival reporter, but then Spider-Man ruined one of his deals. So Eddie Brock got Superman and actually adopted the symbiote suit that Spider-Man used to wear that was making him evil, but it made Eddie Brock super strong and evil and negated his spider sense and attacked Spider-Man all the time. There's Dr. Otto Octavius, who was in a freak lab accident that gave him 4 metal arms that were grafted to his spinal cord, which he can control telekinetically. And one time he killed Spider-Man, took over his body, became this superior Spider-Man, which is the worst Spider-Man story. Fight me. And lastly, J. Jonah Jameson, who just hates Spider-Man.
What about the Sandman?
What about the Big Wheel?
What about the guy that's a vulture?
The Vulture?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
What about the guy that's electric from the most recent Spider-Man game?
What, you don't know? I'm Electro.
What about that rhino-looking dude?
You mean the Rhino?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
What about that orange goblin fella?
You mean the Hobgoblin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
We can go on.
We can go on it. What about that lizard-looking dude? You mean the lizard?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. So,
what about that mysterious-looking snow globe-looking fella?
You mean Mysterio? Yeah, that
Rey
one.
Mysterio?
Rey Mysterio Jr.?
Yeah.
You got a 6
Well, he did kill a man. So, what? Why don't we go? Yeah, I'm surprised. I have no clue who J. Jonah Jameson is.
J. Jonah Jameson is the editor-in-chief of the Daily Bugle, and he's the one who goes, I want pictures of Spider-Man. Give me pictures of Spider-Man. And he accidentally created the Scorpion, which almost killed Spider-Man because he was so butthurt that Spider-Man was a thing. Probably. So he funded the Scorpion to get his Scorpion armor and drove him insane because once you're inside the Scorpion armor, you can't escape out of it.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have apologized at that guy dying. I shouldn't have laughed at that guy dying.
Hey, man. Whatever floats your boat, winner.
I'm sorry, America, but not you, Greenland.
Don't apologize to America. Apologize to Rey Mysterio Jr.
I apologize to Rey Mysterio. Sometimes I get a little crazy around here.
And sometimes when we touch,
but so can I ask the next trivia question or the poll question?
Do you want me to go over the results, or do you want to ask another poll question?
I want. I thought we already did go over the poll.
No, I didn't go over winners yet. I did all the super long explanations. It's up to you. I'm just a squirrel. I'm just a co-player. I am.
Yeah, just announce who won, and then I have an idea for the next poll of the week.
Okay, so real quick, Dr. Octopus got 12%. J. Jonah Jameson got 30%. Green Goblin got 24%. And the winner so far is Venom at 33%. Venom's very popular, and it makes me Venom.
So the next poll is going to be, or will possibly be, whatever it is.
Drum roll.
Name your favorite Captain Underpants villain. Go.
I have no idea. I'm not a child, okay? My nerdness can only go so bounds. That's after my time.
Okay. Name your favorite Captain Underpants.
This is why we have to go on to the news, you see.
I think that's a good question, and you can look them up online and then figure out that stuff.
No, he's a thing. I have no idea.
There's Professor Poopy Pants. There's the Wicked Wedgie Woman.
You see, I try to have serious comic book conversations.
Mr. Potty or something, I can't remember.
Mr. Potty.
Yeah.
The bowel mover. He just touches you and you just take a shit. That's his mutant power. He
could be using those forces for good.
Yeah, man. If you're constipated, he just touches you on the shoulder. But
the prune conglomeration does not want him known.
Yeah, they have the bowel movement murder squad. And they have
prune lobbyists in Washington are trying to outlaw superheroes.
Yeah, man. The prune prisoner is.
Sometimes I amaze myself, folks.
Yeah, man. That one is free.
I'm like the troubled Wayne Brady.
Does Wayne Brady have to choke somebody? We're going into the news, man. Yeah. We're going into the news.
Is it news lovely? Is it news wonderful?
Who sung that song originally?
I'm not falling into your trap. But it's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
You fell anyway. You fell so hard.
I did it for the listeners, folks.
He sacrificed himself for you listening. Yes. Oh, geez. Let's go into some video game news before we just wreck ourselves with D23 stuff. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Mortal Kombat.
Test your
might. Yeah. So we got the full character pack, combat pack rather, for Mortal Kombat DLC, and the list is as follows. Can you do the Mortal Kombat music while I do the list? Bit lower. There you go. Higher. Okay. I think we're there. Keep that going. Shang Tsung. Night Wolf. Yeah. Sindel.
Mortal Kombat.
T1000. No, the T800.
Can you hurry this up?
No, man. You're messing up because you keep doing stuff. I haven't been through it.
There's only 2 names right here in the title.
I'm going through the whole list.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, keep it going. Joker. Spawn.
Spawn?
Kombat. Yeah.
Oh.
Spawn is going to be a playable character, bruh. And Mortal Kombat 11. That was beautiful.
That Spawn was the first black superhero movie?
No, Blade.
Spawn came out first, right?
No, it didn't.
You're going to make me look this up while we're recording?
Yes. Look it up while I talk about this character pack.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Yeah, so these are the characters, which are Shang Tsung, Nightwolf, Sindel, the T-800 from Terminator, Joker from The Joker, and Spawn, who hasn't been in a fighting game since Soul Calibur 2 on the Xbox, which there's so much anticipation for Spawn and how he's going to play, to where that's all I really care about. I don't care. I kind of want to play as Arnold. We'll see how that plays out, because it is Arnold. They mocapped him. It won't be his voice, though, which kind of sucks.
The first black superhero out of the two that we've talked about. The first black superhero film.
Mm-hmm.
Spawn, 1997.
Mm-hmm.
Blade, 1998.
I'm so mad right now. Fact checking will ruin this podcast.
Yeah.
I'm so mad right now. I thought Blade was first. I don't know why. Blade did have better graphics, though, even though the graphics were crap back then, too. Spawn had I was going to say Jaleel White. Michael Jai White.
Had John Leguizamo.
It had.
He actually ate that pizza. It had worms on it, and he ate it.
He ate maggots for real.
He had to do it twice. I watch video essays.
I watch video essays. But yeah, Spawn is going to.
We have a potential sponsor for us.
Man, they know what we're about. They know we only go so far.
Yeah.
We're not telling the aristocrats joke over here. We're keeping it highbrow, suckers. Speaking of deathly characters, this news is the stupidest thing I've heard all year. So Hasbro, G.I. Joe Hasbro, Battleship Hasbro, Heroescape?
Yeah, Hasbro owned Heroescape. That's what they're mostly known for.
What? Hasbro made G.I. Joe, dude.
Hasbro also made Heroescape, which was a small line in the early 2000s. And
you made those toys? It was a game, but they were like almost like Skylanders?
Yeah, you had like a little hexagon tile that you build maps on, and then you can have like G.I. Joe warriors as well as ninjas. And yeah, that's what everyone knows Hasbro's for.
I'm moving on because this is triggering me. So Hasbro has bought Death Row Records for $4 billion. To what end?
Yeah.
To what end? Why? What is happening?
Now, I can't name you a single person on Death Row Records, but I can imagine a lovely Battleship game, which is just Streets of Los Angeles.
Dude. And each battleship's like a lowrider.
And every time
you go down Slauson.
It has like cues, like instead of you sunk my battleship, like you get got.
So Winter, Death Row Records is kind of where WA came from.
Hold on, accept my joke.
It's a good one, man.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to educate you on Death Row Records. Suge Knight, that whole thing.
Oh.
WA, straight out of Compton.
I know Death Row.
Straight out of Low Cash. Yeah. All right, my game pitch would be Operation, but you're pulling. Oh, that's a bad joke. All right, moving on. I have to run away from that. Joke. Oh, that's a bad joke. Should I say it, Winner?
No, you shouldn't. You just let me say mine, which is like you're operating on a guy and it's actually a crime scene and you're supposed to be planting the gun on the body instead of taking the gun off of it.
I was going to say you're playing Operation, but you're pulling bullets out of Tupac.
That's not a good... Okay, I apologize, everybody.
Is it too soon? He's been dead for like 20 years, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to be near that.
Me neither.
I apologize for making a Rey Mysterio joke. You should.
I apologize to Tupac and his whole bloodline.
Isn't it? But I heard recently that if you were a true Tupac fan, you would have known that he changed his name to Machiavelli.
Well, I had all the Machiavellis. Funny story. I went on a cruise when I was a kid to Mexico, and I met these really cool friends that I just met that thought I was 21, but I was actually 14. So I had a blast. I was drinking. And
she was an older woman.
She was an older woman.
Oh, no. No, I don't want to hear this.
Waiter, you have to listen to what happened.
I don't like this driving Miss Daisy prequel.
Bruh, The Graduate, dog. So, long story short, one of the boat owners literally had all like 25 volumes of the Machiavellis on disc, and he just gave them to me as a kid. So I pretty much had Tupac's entire discography at one point, just out of nowhere. So I loved all that. Tupac was dope, and all of his secret albums.
That day.
My pipes are clean.
Stop!
I walked off the boat, dog, with a full beard and a pack of cigarettes, dude. I don't even smoke, man.
You had a pencil-thin mustache. You were still rolling your sleeves with your candy cigarettes in them.
Candy cigarettes? I went, my pipes are clean. Oh, man.
I apologize for Mike. I just know that I don't control him, folks. He does his own thing.
I'm not controllable, dog. I can only
he does his own thing. Please don't let it look bad to me. Okay, I mean, Jesus hang out with prostitutes, so I feel like Mike G can kind of fit in that category.
Are you comparing my boat mission to Jesus's consultation of Mary Magdalene, dude?
No, I'm actually going far worse comparing myself to Jesus.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we need to escape all of this.
I apologize, everybody.
Yikes.
Yeah, we like to have fun around here, folks.
Yeah, we have a good time. We like the yucks. Yeah. So, speaking of things that make me laugh, Mega Man Zero ZX collection is coming out on the Switch. So if you like Mega Man, Mega Man, get hyped for that.
Yeah.
And moving on from that, because I don't have much to say about it. It's a collection. Yeah.
I bought another old game. I bought the Doom 1 and 2.
Yo, that's hype, dude.
Yeah, and I'm gonna learn how to do the Doom editing. What,
bro? You should make
our news. Hold on, let me see if our brain waves are in sync. A Masters of the Nerdiverse mega pack.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Masters of the Nerdiverse WAD.
Make a Master Universe Doom level and have like all of our D&D characters in it, and have the Celestials of the Nerdiverse, and have a Barbozone in there, dude.
It could happen, folks.
Fall into the bleach hole.
If there's nothing I like more, is an obscure nerd culture that we can entertain some people with.
Make a MOTN Doom level, I will shill the hell out of it. That would be too hype.
Move over, John Romero.
Move over. I will make you whatever you said back
Lucy's back in town. Ha, ha, ha. Lucy.
The boys are back in town.
Who let the dogs out? Since they've let the dogs out, what have they been doing recently?
They were eaten by the dogs, though. They shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
You never let
eaten by the dogs. Chomp, 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 chomp. They were chopping. I was singing. Wait, whoa.
See, you're the only person on earth that knows their other hit single. How do you know this?
Mambo number 5. I
was just watching a video essay about the sequel to Mambo number 5 was like the worst song ever.
Samba number 6.
It was literally called Samba number 6, and it was the worst.
No way.
I found it on the internet lies, but I found it.
I saw him do a duet with Sting on Tiny Desk concerts.
That's hype. Sting doesn't care.
Only in America, folks.
Only in America. Speaking of Americans, let's talk about these downloadable characters for Marvel Ultimate Alliance Tress.
I thought we were past that.
No, man, we're talking about Moon Knight. We're talking about Blade, which we were just talking about. We're talking about the Punisher, Frank Castle himself.
Yes.
And Morbius, the living vampire. Plasma. Bring me plasma.
Blood plasma?
Yeah, because in the 90s Spider-Man animated series cartoon, they couldn't show him actually drinking blood. So they had the stupid gimmick where they put little mouths, which is actually creepier, little suction cups on his hands.
Yeah.
When he grabbed you, he would drink your blood that way.
Drink your essence. I will drink your essence.
Yeah.
Not creepy at all. Not creepy at all.
You know who has a weird idea about vampires is Guillermo del Toro.
Quentin Tarantino. Okay.
No, Quentin would just suck the blood out of your toes. You'll be fine.
Now, you see, the best vampire movie, is made by Christopher Lee in the 1974 classic Curse of the Bride of the Son of the Brood across the street of Dracula.
Curse of the Bride of the Son of the Brood.
Yeah.
That's so dumb.
You really got to listen to the Irish subtitle. I don't know.
You have to listen to the Portugal sub.
You gotta listen to the Irish subtitle.
You gotta listen to the Portugal dub to get the full experience.
Yeah.
There's 13 seconds of extra film that I only have in my shadow menagerie. Shut up, Quentin.
Man, I would love to be like, can I be your like assistant? Like, you don't worry about what I do on my free times on Sunday, and I don't worry about what you do when I'm not around.
Would you really want to sit around and listen to Quentin Tarantino talk all day?
Yes.
Drive you insane.
I want to be at his party where it's like, okay, I handpicked trailers to go before we watch this movie that I also picked.
But you have to listen to him bullshit like all day.
I do that every Tuesday night.
The deception. This is called the deception of the Nerdiverse. So we're going to go through before we go through D23. I have to talk about one thing that's not D23 related.
Okay.
And that's Eva Longoria will direct a Flaming Hot Cheetos biopic.
At first, I wanted to hate that,
but it's awesome.
Yeah, like I would watch it.
Aren't you curious of the history of Flaming Hot Cheetos, Bird?
I have a feeling where they're gonna go with it.
Is someone going to eat a bad Flaming Hot Cheeto and end up going to like the hospital?
Your hot sauce got on my Cheetos. Porque.
What sucks is that people have been doing this forever.
Yes.
You ever get Cheetos and just put like some tapatio and some lemon on it, dude?
Then cue some norteño music in the background of like, I always wanted to be a Cheeto taste tester.
Hot Cheetos is cultural appropriation.
I could have been a contender.
Hot Cheetos stole a whole culture, dog.
Okay.
No deep fakes. No memes. That's what happened, dude.
Yeah. Well, we always knew that Chester Cheetos was a little bit of a creep, folks.
Yeah. It's not easy.
He was hanging out with kids.
It's not easy being cheesy, dog. At all. Not easy being cheesy. So D23 happened this weekend. Or last week. And D23 is Disney's big celebration of themselves. They marveled in their own magnificence, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And a lot of news came out, which is a whole lot of everything and a whole lot of nothing. And I'm just about spent with superhero movies until I literally see the X-Men on film. So I'm very happy with doing a yay or nay about this.
The X-Men on...
I want to see... The next time I will care about a superhero movie is when I literally see Cyclops and Wolverine talking to each other in some trailer.
What if they do like a Blade TV show again?
Well, we'll get to that. But I'm just saying, I'm just exhausted.
What if they did like a Jonah Hex TV show?
That would fail. Because there's only so much you can do in the Western times, Doug.
No! You can make it like a full-on Western, like Once Upon a Time in Jonah Hex world.
So will it be anything like the Adventures of Frisco County Jr.?
No, it'll be more like Tombstone.
That's exhausting, dude. Tombstone is a heavy movie, man.
Yeah. I'm your Huckleberry.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
You're no Hex.
You're no Daisy. You're no Daisy at all. Yeah. Let's do yay or nay for these subjects, man.
Yes, please reel me in, folks.
Yes, this is my job. This is my plan. Mm-hmm. So Disney is making its first Avengers-themed kind of park area for Disneyland called Avengers Campus. Yay or nay?
We don't need to talk about it.
It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
Go get an Iron Man burger or something.
Yeah. Look, you're not gonna. we're too old to enjoy for us to have the full experience. Like if I'm going there, I want to be the little kid that the stormtrooper goes, "Oh, let's pretend like they have the Force." So every time she moves their hand, she goes, "It's a Jedi, run away!" sort of thing.
Disneyland is not for us, man.
No. And also, if you're dressing up and going to Disneyland, you're gonna have a bad time. They will not allow you in.
Yeah, because they're gonna think you're smuggling stuff, and they're gonna tackle you.
No, they're gonna think that you're trying to smuggle stuff out.
Yeah, man. Don't do it. Don't go dressed up to Disneyland unless you want to get beat up by Disney staff, Doug.
Yeah.
They will fight you with fists.
They'll put you into the small world.
They'll put you in Disney jail, which is a real place. Trust me.
Yeah.
You get socked out there. You get what they call a bar party, when they put bars of soap and socks, just beat you in the stomach until you're black and blue. I got him in the rib cage.
Get me out of this cage! Shock them!
Shock them! Bring out the tasers! Anyway, Wyatt Russell is set to appear as U.S. agent in the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show for Disney Plus. Only reason I'm bringing this up is because I called it on the Altered Universe podcast, where I said they would do a U.S. agent. Listen to the Altered Universe podcast. That guy's good people.
Let's give him a round of applause, everybody.
I called it. Michael is so smart. Michaelis Gius is the brilliance of a nation. I am a star, a shining beacon. She-Hulk, Moon Knight, and Miss Marvel are getting TV series on Disney Plus. This is a huge, irritating thing.
Huge irritating thing,
because SJW people are like, why does Hulk have to be a girl? This is some kind of social justice. Why does Hulk have to be a girl?
Oh, I'm dying inside.
We already have Captain Marvel. Why do we need a Miss Marvel?
Mike,
this is cultural appropriation.
Get away. This is too much for me.
It's the worst. That's all I've been reading on my Twitter feed is Marvel. I hate to use the word, quote unquote, Marvel stans getting all butthurt because they had to make a female Hulk.
And I was attracted to She-Hulk as a young man.
They don't even know about She-Hulk. That's the big problem. And they're making these wild comments that are getting like 5,000 likes. And I'm like, shut the F up. It's the worst.
I can't, my brain can't handle it. We need to move on from that.
We're moving on.
But I do need to ask. So in Star Trek, there's these green women called I can't remember what they're called. But do you think there's a connection with me, like having a crush on She-Hulk as a young person?
Yeah, you want the green, dog. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So if any women that have jaundice or
have sickle cell anemia, please
hit me up on Twitter.
Winter is single, ladies.
Yes. Only if you have jaundice.
Only if you have green skin.
Yes.
Anything else would be uncivilized.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan,
willing to dye your skin every night.
Every night before you enter the marriage bed.
I didn't get
nothing. All is open in the marriage bed.
Mike.
Nothing's off limits. Obi-Wan Kenobi himself, Ewan McGregor, is returning to the role after like 20 years.
What do you think? I have only one thing to say.
Yeah?
Negotiations were short.
Negotiations were short.
Okay, we'll move on.
Moving on. Kevin Feige says that the Spider-Man deal was never meant to last forever.
Yeah, he's lying.
It's such bullshit. It's the most BS thing. It's such corporate back talk, and I get it. He has to be neutral, right? And it's better to say no, it's not going to work, rather than give any kind of inkling of hope. To the point where they did a whole they did like a short TV special. Him and Tom Holland did, where it was just like, yeah, we had a good run. It's going to be different. And they're still in negotiations, dude.
Negotiations weren't short.
They were not short. There was a Rise of the Skywalker trailer that showed Rey as a dark side wielder.
Okay, I'm going to get close to the mic. You might want to make a timestamp for this.
Yep.
Need to relax. Okay?
You're talking to the wrong crowd, dude.
Okay. Like I understand. I can understand it. Okay.
You're talking to the wrong crowd, man.
We're talking about a trailer, or not even like a flawed trailer. It's like a sneak peek, and they're supposed to stimulate your senses. To me, I don't know what to say. I feel like we can, like, I don't know.
There's a scene, and it perfectly encapsulates the Star Wars fan. There's a scene in Men in Black where Agent K and J are on a bench, and Agent J is like, "Why don't you just tell the Earth that aliens exist? I think we can handle it. I think we can handle it. We'll figure it out. We'll handle it." And K is like, "The person will handle it, but people as a construct are violent, incoherent, stubborn, bloodthirsty creatures, and you know it. They will freak out. So you saying to chill, the person is like, I'm chill, I'm perfectly calm, dude. But people, the Star Wars fan,
why are you taking your shirt off right now?
Yeah, why are you flexing on me, dude? I'm perfectly calm, dude." And he's like drinking like a Still Reserve, and he's ready to fight you. He takes out his lightsaber. He's ready to duel. You're barking up the wrong tree, man.
Yeah, that's why I really don't want to dig into it too much, because it's like one of the major arguments I would have is, the movie's not going the way you thought it was going to go in your brain.
Look, man, I died on The Last Jedi hill, dude. I died to death, man, because I still like the movie and I like it for its merits.
Yeah, I like all the Star Wars movies, folks.
But I'm just too exhausted, man. I'm not even going to try to argue with stonewalled Star Wars fans who know what they're talking about. I'm done, dude.
But they only know what they wanted out of the movie, not what was going to happen.
And that's the worst kind of fan.
Yeah.
They don't accept it at face value. They don't accept it the way they want it to be. And if there's any deviation,
but IGN's gonna make money out of talking about this forever. Kotaku's gonna make money talking about it forever. It's the equivalent of other news sources trying to make you freak out of real life situations. It's the nerd equivalent of
Disney has created the most low-hanging fruit of all time. It's the most Marvel crazy fans and Star Wars crazy fans is the most low-hanging fruit of all time. You can say anything.
I think really the only time they should be upset is if in a Marvel movie you just see a lightsaber stick through the mouth of Thanos.
It's coming, dude. I almost guarantee it.
Say hi to the Force for me.
Marvel's going to start to lose. Someday, Marvel's movies aren't going to produce like they used to. Star Wars is going to be buried into the ground for oversaturation.
Yeah.
You're going to get that Patton Oswalt filibuster where he talks about the X-Men, the Guardians of the Galaxy in space, and Han Solo shows up, and they have to fight the Emperor who got the Infinity Gauntlet. It's all going to happen, dude.
That'd be cool.
At some point in life, we may not be around.
Wolverine jumping in space, and his flesh is decaying, but he's still alive.
You're going to see Obi-Wan Kenobi training Jean Grey on the ways of the Jedi with Rey. And the Pogs,
but
the Lockjaw.
His claws would no longer be metal; it would be lightsabers. Every time he has to open up his,
it just cauterizes his flesh automatically. Berserker Barrage. It's happening, dude.
Yeah. And they just had a Kamehameha at the end of it, and people go, "What?" And then
Nah, at the very end, when all the dust is settled, you see that circular spaceship land, and it's just Vegeta and Nappa just walk out.
Yeah,
like OG, like Dragon Ball Z, Vegeta and Nappa with the tails walk out.
Their power levels, and then the audience goes, "Yeah."
It's over, and then it just cuts to
are high.
It cuts to black. Oh, lastly, Kit Harington is going to be cast as the Black Knight in the Eternals. I had to mention it.
You're a fool, Black Knight.
You're a fool, Black.
You know nothing, Black Knight.
But then Martin Lawrence will show up as a cameo.
Damn!
Didn't see that one coming. Yeah. What are you looking forward to?
Blue Streak 2.
Blue Streak 2. This is Your Mama's House 3.
You bought without 3Ds.
3D's nuts. Anyway,
Gosh, Mike.
low-hanging fruit. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking to take a shower after this episode because this was just filthy.
We didn't cuss, dude. We didn't cuss, man.
Yeah.
A little bit. I cussed a little bit, but
yeah,
whatever, man.
Yeah, check me out on Trash Monk social media. I do stuff there. I'm still thinking about doing a SoundCloud. I'm kind of busy. I'm kind of melting in my own room right now because it's hot.
I need something to drink.
Hot and sweaty.
Tell me what you. Oh, and I also watched Missy Elliott kill it at the VMAs. That was pretty dope.
Oh, I almost did a not a Missy Elliott voice. Well, who's the one I'm thinking of? Who's the singer I'm thinking of?
Macy Gray.
Thank you.
She was in Spider-Man, dude.
Of course you would. Spider.
She got turned into a green skeleton by the
Spider Man. He's shooting out his web.
Should the name of the episode be Operation Tupac Edition?
Operation, yeah.
Operation. That's so wrong.
Edition.
Oh, that's rough.
Didn't they make a movie about like a detective, Johnny Depp solving the Tupac murder?
Johnny Depp did not solve the Tupac murder. What are you talking about?
There's a movie of Johnny Depp playing like a police officer.
I'm
about
sure there
Tupac.
are plenty of movies about Johnny Depp as a police officer, but I don't think he solved the murder of Tupac Shakur, Doug.
No, he solved.
It is awful, just awful. I'm looking forward to playing Final Destination 6. I'm looking forward to playing more Final Fantasy 14. That's all I've been playing. That's all I want to play. I'm going to play it right after I edit this episode.
Movie called Labyrinth, folks.
Labyrinth was with David Bowie, you weirdo.
You remind me of the Pac. The Pac of the two. The two, power of the Tupac. Who,
Power of the Babe.
Folks, I'm going to be at the Laugh Factory on...
Yep. Remember to tip your waitress. Wing Wednesday is in effect.
Unless you can't tip me, then don't tip the waitress.
Don't tip the waitress. Tip me. I need the money. Gonna play Final Fantasy 14. I'm going to read my, House of X3. It's gonna be awesome X-Men reading. I'm going to read what we're gonna be talking about for future MOTN stuff. And I need to do another MOTN reviews, but I can't think of the movie I want to do. So if you are listening to this podcast and you see it on iTunes or Stitcher or Twitter at mnerdiverse, leave me a comment. Give me a movie suggestion. I don't know what I want to do next. I want to do something weird. Maybe like Requiem for a Dream or Motorama or something like that. And you can always catch us on our website, which is masternerdiversecast.com, where you can view all of our art on Instagram. You can listen to all our past episodes, all of our reviews. We have over 140 episodes of content across all of our different channels. May it be MOTN Reviews, MOTN Top 10, Master of the Nerdiverse Podcast proper, and more. So definitely thank you for listening, and welcome to the Nerdiverse. If this is your first time hearing us gaggle on about the mysteries of the Nerdiverse itself. I've, of course, been your host, Mike G.
And I've been your host, Trash Monk III Winter.
And we will always ask you to take that one step beyond.
And we gonna show y'all what we be snacking on. You dig? Okay. Hot Cheetos and Takis. Hot Cheetos and Takis. I can't get enough.